the stream starting soon. A fucking thing on. Get everything situated on end.
Exotic SP compressor.
And
Well, I'm just thinking of pedals I should buy.
For a dinky tiny as fuck.
It's good.
You work good.
okay, so hello and welcome. This is Beards, Beers, and Booze. My name is Marshall,
I'm Ben.
and we have a
I
special
am
guest.
Jay.
And this is
Hey, I'm Jay.
and this is Jay. And yeah, today we're fucking touching on the thing that we always go back to talking about, so we decided to just make a fucking absolute episode dedicated for them. The two games that we fucking play, which is me, Monster Hunter fucking World, Iceborne, and a little bit of Apex Legends. Well, not a little bit, but a lot of bit, because that is some shit that we both be on. And
Probably more than I need to be.
hell yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's more than we need to be. It's
Doom Eternal. I still need to order.
I need to finish Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Ah, yes.
And by the second world, I mean
Not the bad. The mirror first.
yeah, that.
Yes.
As much as I'd like to get that double-bladed lightsaber, I don't know if I want to deal with that shithole yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't even played that game. Fallen Order.
Good. It's good.
So the wall running is tight.
The wall running.
Wall running.
Okay.
Well-
Okay.
You want double jumps? You want wall runs? You want bunny hopping? Covered, fam! Push people with the force, pull them to you, slow them down.
Mm.
Not to love about that.
Now I move in order, which you won't. The absolute cheapest. But to pull them to you and then hit the attack button and go right, not a very move, but it works.
Well, it is.
Nice.
Just throwing that out there.
What was that?
Oh, I was just saying that it's a very ungentleman, way.
Well, the cutouts are real, but we're gonna make it through the wilderness. As long, I mean, am I cutting out for you over there on that end? No?
You sound good.
Okay, cool.
Crystal clear.
Yes, noise. Well, yeah, so let's go ahead and let's just start the motherfucker off with a little bit of Apex. We'll just fucking brush right into it, and let's see where that takes us. So, let's see. Apex Legends. We always talk about just good teammates, knowledgeable fucking teammates, communication, the involvement of pinging, and we talk about, just a whole fucking smorgasbord of fucking shit into that aspect. So let's delve into the world of the Apex. Ben, what the fuck is up, sir?
Well, so basically, round. We got a bunch of psycho grappling all over the place, teleporting into different dimensions, and there.
Yeah.
So, basically, is Spawn made Titanfall. The original Titanfall was only, and it was only thing.
The story mode was
it was
baked
it was
in.
tied in. It wasn't like a dedicated, hey, here's your campaign. You got thrown basically straight to the wolves, and storyline of it to the the thing about universe, every aspect of them is canon, including running around, you're doing all your stuff. That is all basically signifying battles that happen. You doing them is part of the story. Sense. To the point, the first thing you do in the second, basically a mind who did that the fastest is about 11 seconds that he's done it in.
Yeah.
And
I think-
what was being done in 11 seconds? Sorry.
Basically, there's a little check. You have to beat it within a certain amount of time. No, you don't have to beat it within a certain but you run that, and it kind of teaches you like the mechanics of targets, and all your stuff with that.
Okay.
It's basically meant as a but as fast as humanly possible. Everything's it'll be canon and stuff. He's a who's a junkie, okay? Off of the guy, the gauntlet.
Okay.
Literal dude.
Yeah.
Grenade. Launch himself. The absolute top speed you could possibly be moving.
Okay. Okay.
So the character in Apex is missing the bottom half of his leg. Created the gauntlet and used this thing.
Okay. So I got bits and pieces of that. So were you talking about the dude who who does the jumpy thingies? He has the
Yup. He's based off.
Okay.
Character has their own lore. Every different character has their own story. They've been releasing through videos and in-game options. Everything kind of has a thing. And to Titanfall. Literally in the Titanfall universe. So everything that's going on. But the game itself, Royale, you load up in squads of 3 typically. There's a duos mode. We're not going to get into that though. You run in, squad of 3, go shoot. The character you can play as has their own and kind of passive skills that give them an edge over one person versus the other. So one can scan the area and see where enemies are, or move faster while he highlights enemies in his vision.
Oh, you're talking about
Another
Bloodhound?
one, yes.
Okay.
Another one, like Revenant, you can throw out a sphere, which if an enemy gets caught in it, it silences them. They can't. I think it is. But his ultimate, you throw down a totem that your team and anybody else can basically use and free damage. Essentially, you run in, shoot the shit out of him. You
the zombie
let me
guy.
teleport back to it. Yeah.
You die, you get fucking redone up in the motherfucker.
For all terms, strikes. Wraith can make portals. Mirage people.
Okay.
I have a slight lore implication question about the airstrikes. Risk of this and having the airstrikes fly over.
That I don't have an answer to that one.
Because
So there's theories. There's like the legends aren't the actual people. They're like clones or simulations of them, like simulacrums, but
Right.
like the legends are controlling them like they're basically robots. So who's to say the airstrikes are even real?
then that pulls it. Sorry,
It's kind of spawn.
I did, but it's a perspective. The amount of effort to go wildlife being a larger season 2.
Now it's back.
Yep, that's a little.
Yeah.
Yep. Debunk the Apex Games Kings Canyon is not a real location.
Shit, why
Why
would
did Skull up?
yeah. Things theory on characters make comments. One of Octane chamber. Basically, what all's actually going on?
I mean, we can get into the game Soma brought up from the same sort of thing. This is
Good.
Okay. So.
well, I
Maybe.
guess if we're on the topic of philosophy, Marshall, are you familiar with the ship of Theseus?
No.
Okay, so we replace ship same.
I'm thinking that I am not able to hear barely anything. Maybe it'd be easier if, because on your end, maybe it's trying too hard to buffer the video and the audio. I'm not sure if cutting the, like, I don't know.
All right, let's see. Does this make the
Well,
audio
I
any
could-
smoother?
I can.
Is this-
I could hear you talking now.
Is it better?
Like, yeah, I could hear that now. Yeah, like I'm just being frank. Like the whole time that y'all were like talking about that, it was basically cutting in and out and not too great as far as like me. That's why I was kind of like lost as far as the whole time y'all were talking. But I could definitely hear. I could definitely hear you right now.
A brief summary of Apex. It's watered down Titanfall. People shoot each other. No one's sure if they're actually real people or not.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Wow, and you know what? Which is actually insane is I could hear both of y'all perfectly fine now.
Great.
Yeah.
Yay!
So now you were talking about something about the ship of Theseus,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So the argument of, well, it's a thought experiment. It's a philosophical question of
Okay.
if you take a ship, the ship of Theseus,
Okay.
and over time every single part of the ship is replaced. If the mast breaks, it's replaced.
Right.
Parts of the hull are destroyed, they're replaced with other pieces of wood. At what point does it stop being the original ship?
Well, if it is the original ship that you are indeed working on, in my opinion, I feel like if y'all are just continuously, repairing and replacing, essentially it should be that ship ultimately.
So another way that this question's been posed has been, say somebody kills you with an axe
Okay.
and you come back from the dead, and by the time that you come back to seek your revenge, the axe head is broken, they've made a new head. The handle is broken, there's a new handle. Is it the same axe that killed you?
Well, if it bears any of the same materials that was
Both parts are
essentially...
brand new.
So,
Because the head broke at one point and they replaced the head. The haft broke and they replaced the haft.
So by technicality, it's not the same axe.
well,
But then again,
it is.
Is it the same?
they were replacing parts of that axe, and before all of it was replaced, it was the same axe, and they're just continuing to replace. So it's also technically
The same.
the same axe.
Right.
True.
And also, I know that you're from Australia, and everyone knows that Australia is where they send criminals. So therefore, I know that I can clearly not trust the wine you put in front of me. But I also know that you understand you're human. Because of that, you know man is mortal. So
Okay.
clearly,
fallen into one of the classic blunders.
which means you would have wanted to keep that wine as far away from you as humanly possible. But you also know that I would have figured that out because I'm not a moron, so I can clearly not trust the wine in front of you.
Hmm.
I've watched this movie too many times.
It's a good movie, though.
It really is.
So, I guess where we were going with the ship of Theseus and earlier is when characters are taken out, a death box spontaneously forms,
Okay.
and you have the chance to respawn using a respawn banner.
Okay.
What happened to, if you're made of flesh and blood, what happened to the original body? Who was dropping out of the dropship when you respawn?
So, you want to hear my theory on this?
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Go for
Here's
it.
my theory. So, when you're getting shot and stuff, you can like see blood,
Right.
all that. You go down, and like healing and everything doesn't work like it does in the real world. Okay, you get shot. Your healing is you basically inject shit into yourself, and
Right.
it's magically okay.
Right.
You get downed. Like you're not dead, you're just down, right?
Uh-huh.
You can get picked back up, heal up, you're good to go. You get eliminated, you disappear. There's just a box there.
Right.
So, my theory is there's some kind of tech like similar to Wraith's portals and Void Walk or the phase shift stuff in Titanfall where you're not actually getting like killed. I don't think that the legends actually get hurt. Now the fucking small fry who come into the actual Apex games and stuff, because the Apex games themselves have a bunch of like small time contenders who are coming in trying to get famous and everything. Like the matches you play in the game are not direct representations of what the actual Apex games are.
Right.
The legends are all like the big names of it and you play as them.
Okay.
So my theory is those big names, they don't want them to actually die because that's where they're getting their bread and butter. That's what people are paying to come see. Mirage, woo!
Right.
They want to keep raking in that dough. So I think there's some kind of tech where when they're there and they take damage and stuff, it eventually void walks them out of the ring instantly when they get killed and replaces it with a box that has all their gear.
Right.
Which means when you respawn, it's that same person coming back in.
Yeah. It reminds
Like
me
there's
of
some kind of shit.
It reminds me of this fucking this one show where basically in the same aspect of things, like you just get reloaded into a body. It's
Yeah.
the same
You talking
person.
about Altered Carbon?
Yes.
I knew that's where this was headed.
Yep.
It's kind of like that. Then there's like an anime that I've seen that it's basically like they get tattooed or whatever, as long as like some part of them isn't like completely fucking just wasted, they can reload them, and it's kind of like a fucking anime version of Altered Carbon. So that reminds me of
Also reminds me of Elysium.
It's like it's
Always wanted a wife.
it's like fuck, my wife would know exactly what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'm so shitty with fucking names. I just remember Altered Carbon because we had just kind of recently watched it. But yeah, no, that's what you're saying. It reminds me of that. So I think that you might be onto something as far as that is concerned.
It just seems like a fully possible theory to me.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? You know?
It's my head canon.
Okay. No, I accept that.
So they haven't really given us anything else to go off of, so just making shit up. But
Hey man, it's leading you to believe things, and it's leading you to try and paint your own picture as far as what sounds good.
you gotta rationalize what you're saying, man.
I know
Right.
I'm mostly thinking because Artorias is right in front of me, but Dark Souls is a good example of letting people draw their own conclusions. That's why the lore in that game is amazing, because it's only half there.
And it's only there in descriptions and stuff, really.
Yeah.
Like, you have to read the description for everything. You have to listen to every bit of dialogue, and you have to translate that to whatever the fuck you get out of it. They give you nothing real. They just give you a couple of brief summaries of some stuff with half-assed details. No, I shouldn't say half-assed. It's worded specifically for a reason.
Right. They're worded in such a way that you can tell that the story has degraded over time.
Okay.
Like, did you ever play the phone game growing up?
Yeah.
Where you make up a story, right?
Okay.
You tell it to somebody. They tell it to the next person. They tell it to the next person. They tell it to the next person. You have it go through like 20 people, and then it comes back to you. And when it comes back to you, you're like, what the fuck? That's not what I said at all. Because it's gotten so fucked up from every single person changing it slightly when they say it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying now.
Yeah.
That's basically Dark Souls lore. Is
Okay.
20 people have all rechanged and talked about this history until it's reached where you're at now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically just the details being lost to
In translation.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's all very ambiguous.
Yeah, it's like this certain book, that I hear about people reading all the time. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, how could that be of of great credibility? You know, like
Man, I wonder what book we're talking about. It
if
couldn't
it's just
possibly have anything to do with the conversation Jay and I had earlier.
It couldn't possibly have, 6 different interpretations depending on where in the world you came from.
right. It couldn't possibly be, something that
Could
like is
possibly
like
involve any cosmic beings that are just beyond our comprehension and would cause complete insanity if we saw them.
right. It has to be about
So-
aliens.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's the Book of Cthulhu.
Not to delve too deep into this, but earlier in this afternoon, Ben and I basically had a conversation about this is going to go off topic from where the podcast is supposed to be,
Oh, hey.
but
That's what
Pretty standard.
it
that's,
goes there.
that's kind of how podcasts go.
Yeah.
Tangents
Absolutely.
and secants. But there's this comic series that I've invested into
This is 10 billion.
called Kill 6 Billion Demons.
Okay.
And Kill 6 Billion Demons is made by a guy named Tom Parkinson Morgan, if I recall correctly. Shout out to the creator.
Okay.
art is amazing, and it deals with the multiverse being made of 7,000. It's basically 4 sevens in a row of separate universes that are all kind of divided into sevens,
Okay.
and through there you find interpretations of different deities and such, but there are actual angels in the equation.
Okay.
A lot of them have the old school angel description of being 5 concentric rings studded with eyes with 7 wings growing from the rings but not attached.
Huh.
And to sum up our conversation earlier, there's a reason that anytime an angel appears to a human, the first thing they say is do not be afraid.
Literally.
Because they're fucking horrifying.
And your brain sees it and goes, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then the other part of that conversation is, so why do you think it is that whenever God shows up and people see him, they die? If angels are so to the point where the first thing they have to say is, don't be afraid, what's the fucking dude who shows up and is like 7,000 times that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, basically, monkeys, yo, don't freak out. They're
Uh-huh.
probably not ready for this shit.
Right. Right. No, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense too. It's just like a crazy alien, you know? You're just like, what the fuck?
Funny. This sounds like a conversation we had in another episode.
Episode right
where
before.
I literally made a comment about who the fuck says that angels weren't just aliens who were basically were just their anthill.
Yeah, and then like a
Still
fucking
would be pretty beyond comprehension.
a storm broke out and fucking like wrecked my whole shit almost.
Right.
During that
Crazy.
same podcast.
That same podcast, yeah. It was like a fucking golf ball size hail came down and was like about like threatening breaking the window that you could see like to my left right here. And
It's pretty nutty.
yeah.
So just kind of a cosmic quit talking shit, quit talking shit, quit talking shit.
Yeah.
It's because they knew we were onto
Yeah.
them.
And then when we stopped talking about all that, the storm went away.
Yep.
Hmm.
Insane.
Not even kidding.
No
The
shit.
whole time the storm was happening, we were chatting about all this shit and making comments about it. And then we got off tangent on a different subject, and he's like, "Oh, it stopped raining."
Huh.
Yep.
Oh man.
Funny how that works.
So I guess as we loop back into Apex Legends from where we've been,
Yeah.
Hello.
it originally kind of started where each of the legends was a different loadout option from Titanfall 2.
Okay.
Pathfinder was your grappling hook.
Octane
Bloodhound.
is your stim user.
Bloodhound is your pulse knife.
Wraith is your phase walk.
And it started to branch out and get a bit more creative with like Watson's fence shielding, and like there wasn't a bubble shield in Titanfall, but
There were the
Gibraltar's got
walls.
one. Yeah,
You had the
The
AWOL, the AWOL, and the other one. 'Cause there were two different walls. So his dome shield was basically a variation of that. But if you want to get really technical about it, Titan dome shield.
Yep.
Your Titan falls, hits the ground,
Shield
has a
goes
dome
up.
shield around it. So technically, he just has the shield that was protecting your Titan until you got in it.
Yep,
Um,
that tracks.
Caustic, Papa Scorch. He's got the gas canisters he throws out. Technically,
Modified.
his were, Scorches were the were like incendiary shit.
Yep.
But
A flammable caustic gas.
yeah,
Nox gas that Caustic developed is a nerve agent.
right. Bangalore is really, I think,
IMC grunt.
but she was literally an IMC grunt, and she's got smoke grenades and an airstrike.
Mm-hmm.
Not that far from anything. Mirage, Hollow Pilot Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And they looped that into him being the son or grandson of the developer of the
Yep.
Hollow
Yep.
technology.
Evelyn Witt.
Yeah.
His mother is the one who developed the Hollow Pilot technology and stuff during the Titanfall wars.
Frontier Wars, but
Frontier Wars, yeah. I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
But and I think part of the canon is he actually worked on that with her when he was a kid.
Oh.
A bit. So like part of the stuff is actually like Mirage isn't an idiot. Like he's actually smart.
Mhm.
He's just not good with words.
Well, he's not good with words, and he didn't get very much attention from his mom when he was growing up because they were busy working on shit for the war.
And all of his brothers are older than him and were literally fighting in the war.
Right.
Mirage's backstory, super fucking depressing. if you want a good fucking sad moment, go look up Mirage's lore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're forgetting a little bit, but it's not.
His mom's basically suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's. She doesn't even hardly remember who he is, let alone anybody else.
She's constantly bamboozled.
Yeah. Yeah. There is basically all of his brothers are dead from the war, and God knows what happened to his dad because they haven't really said anything about it. So he's quite literally the last person of his family that is around.
Yeah.
Which is why there's also a theory that him and Crypto are going to become like super best friends.
Right.
Which I've seen some stuff about that, and I really like that idea because Crypto's lore is he basically used to be super IT hacker guy. Okay.
And he's all about family. I watched his trailer.
Yeah, he's all about family, and his sister gets essentially kidnapped because they stumble upon an algorithm that predicts the Apex games that's being used and stuff. And the people in charge of the whole stuff, the Syndicate, show up, they kidnap her, they frame him as murdering her.
What?
Hence how he ends up becoming Crypto. And he kind of like sneaks his way into the games under that disguise and everything. But there's theories rolling around because the season 3 trailer had him and Mirage on the same team, and like they're just kind of giving each other shit the whole time and all that. And then now there's voice lines in the game with them like kind of shit talking each other back and forth in like that buddy way.
Yeah.
So the theory is that Crypto's sister wasn't kidnapped. The theory goes Crypto's sister
is just Loba.
No, turned him in as having found this and made a deal with them and is going to show back up, and it's going to be one of those like, ha, betrayed you, join me with this thing because blah, 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 blah deal. And it's going to fuck Crypto up.
What the
fuck? Because
fuck?
he's all about family and she betrayed him and everything else. And Mirage is going to be the one who kind of like brings him back to sanity with it all.
That is, that's spicy.
Because, like, they both have no one. Mirage knows how it feels to go through that. He knows what it's like to lose his family. He's been through all of that, even though he's literally the joking, fun-loving, like, dude who shit talks everything and stuff. Like, he's literally the guy that you know is super sad on the inside because everything in his life is just fucked.
Yeah.
But refuses to show it for everyone. He's literally the person who's bringing everybody else up.
Yeah, he just wants to laugh.
He's
at
Robin
and
Williams.
through the pain. Yeah,
like for
He's
lack of a
Robin
better
Williams.
thing, he's Robin Williams.
Yeah. Wow. That's
So there's a lot of stuff about how he's going to be the one who kind of brings Crypto back to reality.
Wow. Yeah, that's some tough shit.
Yeah, like there's a lot, and in that whole thing, like there's a lot as far as character development and story goes in Apex, which is something any other battle royales haven't done. All the rest of them are just you're going to the thing, you're doing the thing. But Respawn, when they made it, like they knew it was an extension of the Titanfall universe. They are very attached to the Titanfall universe. It's literally the thing that put them on the map. And they don't want to give up on it. They want to keep going with it. They've already told people that they want to do Titanfall 3 and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
Which, in that note, I think Apex is going to lead into that at some point.
Let's not speculate too much on Titanfall 3.
We're not speculating too much. I don't want to trigger, every single Titanfall fan on the planet. Holy,
I mean, dude, they sell Titanfall 2 at Big Lots for $5.
Yeah, go buy it.
Anybody that's listening to this, if you can find a copy of Titanfall 2 less than $20,
Buy it.
Dude, I can. Oh yeah, you can go to the local Five and Below, and they have them for $5, guaranteed.
Perfect.
There you go. Go to your local Five Below. Buy Titanfall 2. Why should you do it? Fucking do it. It's less than $5 at that point. Just fucking do it.
If you got an Xbox or a fucking well, I don't think it's for PlayStation, right? Or is
No,
it?
it is.
Oh yeah.
Titanfall 2 is on PlayStation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you find a copy of TF2, not Team Fortress, but Titanfall, buy it.
You can't
Just
find
do
Team
it.
Fortress 2 for $5.
Just fucking do it. Fantastic game. They're so well made, and it didn't do really well when it first came out, but it also released alongside Battlefield.
Any Battlefield, it
3 or
doesn't
4.
matter.
I think it was Battlefield 4.
Right.
It was either that or it was Battlefield 1.
Right. The World War One.
Yeah, it was one of those, and it also released alongside Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
That should date it enough for people to care.
Yeah, like right around that point. It was 2016. I think it was Blops 3 and Battlefield 1.
But yeah, basically
So it got
Respawn was
lost in
competing with Activision and DICE.
No
And
contest.
that's a hard matchup.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Oof.
So it flopped,
Tough.
in essence.
Oh no, yeah.
But-
it flopped. There's in essence, yeah, no, it's straight up.
But
it's a
such
great
a good
game. It's a great game. I do give you
And-
that because I fucking so when I first got my fucking Xbox One, which was I guess it was like a little shortly after Xbox One came out. Titanfall 2 was on there. And
the pre-Halo 5 years.
yeah, and I played it, and it was a fucking great game. And
Oh
then
yeah, one of the
then I
best
sold it.
first-person shooter that I think I've played, especially for the campaign.
Yeah. Oh, the campaign's fantastic. Because if we haven't made a good enough point to go and buy a copy of Titanfall, there is a certain mission in the campaign that I'm not going to spoil anything of the campaign because this is a great moment. But when you get a prompt that says press button to time travel, you go buy that game.
Yeah,
In a first-person shooter, when it says press button to time travel,
and it's not like one of those shitty things where you time travel and it's a little section where you're just in that time period and then you come back. No, you spend the entire time jumping between timeline at will.
Hmm.
It's not a boom, you're there, go do this thing, come back, boom, you're back. It's the whole time you're just jumping between one timeline and another.
like, I don't encourage people to go spoil themselves in this campaign, especially if you want to go through the campaign again if you haven't gotten that far. It's
I
just
don't
a
have
fin-
I don't have a console anymore, so
You don't need one, it's on PC.
is it $5?
So-
I don't know. It's on sale all the time, dude. Like I give it a couple months, you'll find it under $5.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely
Well, I'll
just
fuck
for the
around and get
fact. Yeah, just for the fact that it has one of the most unique elements of a first-person shooter campaign I've ever seen.
And it's just really well done.
And the multiplayer has gotten a big resurgence because of Apex Legends. As much as Apex put the nail in Titanfall 3's coffin for the time being,
It's also what's keeping Titanfall alive right now.
like, people get into the lore of Apex and it's just like, oh, okay, so if I go buy this game that came out, well, it's got to be like
4 years ago,
4 years?
2016.
Okay. So if I go pick up this game from 4 years ago, there's stuff that I'll be familiar with because you can go from Apex to Titanfall pretty easily. They're both shooters. You just have to, you can at will pick and choose what you want from your legends and your loadouts because
And it's a lot faster paced.
yeah, we had a little discussion over dinner today about getting 3 kills in under a minute and not really meaning to in Titanfall. It was mostly just, okay, I'm going to try to run to the center of the map. Oh shit, there's a dude here. Punch him in the face. Oh, his friend is here. Drop kick him. I'm almost dead. Someone runs around the corner and gets taken out by my gun before their friend sees me. I didn't mean to do any of that shit, but it was fun.
I also feel like in the group of friends that I play Titanfall and Apex with, there's probably going to become a comment which is pulling a Ben.
Oh yeah.
If it doesn't already exist. Because in Titanfall, not so much Apex. Apex I tend to be a little bit more tactical.
I don't think it's going to be referred to as pulling a Ben. It's just the rank that you've earned in our organization of Bullet Magnet.
Ah.
I am the Bullet Magnet.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually at the front of the pack. I'm usually the one going in and aggroing people. I'm usually the one playing super aggressive. So when I run around a corner and you hear me go, "Oh God!" and then, you know, you just see my health dropping as I run the fuck away.
Yeah. I've heard different variances of this this term.
He's like a metal detector.
Except it's enemies. And they're shooting metal at me.
Yeah. You are the the quintessential fucking asset to a team, to where you will go and you will get them drawn out and then let the others.
Well, I'll hurt them too.
Let the others. Well, you'll hurt them sometimes.
Oh, most of the time, I do some damage.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, I'm more than happy to go run in, toss a couple grenades, shoot the shit out of somebody, and then get downed. And then by the time that happens, the rest of my team's there like, hello.
They come in and they fucking clean it
Even
up.
better, they're all dead.
Yep.
Because that's
Clean it up.
happened a few times.
So I guess in a bridging comment of Titanfall action and Apex action, I know that Ben's familiar with this. I don't know if you've seen it. On Imager, in an album, there's a great little, I want to call it a doujinshi, you know? Like, I want to call it a doujin because it's just a fan comic.
No way.
But it's where...
Is that a pilot?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, the legends get into an underground, unexplored area of the map, and who's been living like a fucking hermit for 25 years but a pilot from the Frontier Wars?
Hold on a second. I'm going to dig through my photos. I think I have it saved somewhere.
If you have it saved, and you can send a copy of it to him.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
Because it's a good little read to just realize that...
And it's just like 5 panels, but it shows, because in Titanfall, the guys who pilot the Titans, they're called pilots. And essentially they're superhumans.
Okay.
Like, they're genetically modified humans, or robots, basically, that are specifically created for one fucking purpose. And that's to be death.
Just fucking pilot these fucking these Titans and fall down and fucking straight just wreck.
Alright, I'm gonna send it to you.
And one of the... I don't know,
Send
one
it
of
to
the
me.
interesting...
I'm gonna put it in this chat.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that I think that it shows in the work of Titanfall, that when you're running around at your... Like, what do you think? A Titan's pilot runs at an average of 25 miles an hour?
More than that.
More than that. So, anyway...
because, I mean, Usain Bolt, fastest person alive, caps out at close to 30.
Right.
Pilots, I think they can break... If they're just running on foot standard, they're probably running about 25.
Yeah.
But if you start getting into like all the other things, if they're stimming, if they're grappling, bee-hopping, and doing all the nutty shit that they're capable of, they can break like 60 miles per hour.
Oh,
and
wow.
then some.
And a lot of that is assisted by thrusters worn on the hips. That's where you get double jump and your wall run abilities.
Okay.
Because basically it's providing thrust to keep you anchored during those situations.
Okay.
But your legs still have to be able to move fast enough to keep up with, oh, I just hit the ground going 55 and I'm on foot.
Mm.
Yeah.
So basically what Ben has sent to you is what it would look like if the normal humans of the Apex games encountered one of these, for lack of a better word, Spartan 4s. They're a hyper lethal vector on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Mm.
And on top of that, like there's been people talking about like, what if they put a pilot class into Apex? And everyone's like, first off, it's all anybody who ever played Titanfall would play. And second off, it would be so OP that none of the other legends would stand a chance. They're like, well, they might if you had the full team. It's like, no, they would be fucked if there was just a straight up pilot put into the game, because you regenerate health, you run on walls, you can double jump, you can call a fucking Titan in from a goddamn sky. But even without the Titan, your ability to move and do everything that they can do except 50 times better and then some, you would decimate the battlefield. So the little comic is basically they go into an area. It doesn't end well.
No.
And the whole thing where do you have the comic pulled up? Did you look at it?
I'm going to put it. Let's see here. Let's open this up. The original. All right.
So in the comic,
I got it pulled up right here.
you see, I think they refer to it as, yeah, they say, is that an arc star? It's not an arc star. It's a grenade type that's in Titanfall and not in Apex. It's called a gravity star. It pulls everything in the vicinity towards it. It literally creates a mini black hole, basically. You can use the gravity force of a gravity star to arc bullets around corners.
What the fuck? That's fucking.
So what
tight.
you're seeing in that is basically a pilot lobs a gravity star and headshots a dude from around a corner.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then busts out. And then the person at the end who's saying, no way, a pilot, is Bangalore. Bangalore's ex-IMC grunt. She fought in Frontier Wars, basically. She's fought alongside and against pilots. She's also one of the only characters in the game who maintains perfect composure through everything that happens. And they're showing the one character who's been through all the shit
Fucking
and
shook.
doesn't care about anything and is
Look
just
at-
saying,
that's a Gibby. He's over there, and that's a Bloodhound.
yep. So
And then-
basically, the most grizzled of the characters at the time, because Revenant wasn't in the game when this came out, is saying, we're fucked.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Boom. Fucking wrecked.
I don't know if a pilot as an ultimate ability would be. It would basically, in Apex, having one pilot on the battlefield would be like having a 99 on 1 Juggernaut match.
Maybe
Yeah.
this is maybe Apex is just the fucking like the catalyst to fucking just straight up revamp and tie into Titanfall, and then Apex turns into the new Titanfall 3.
So that's kind of where I've talked to a couple of friends about this. I don't think I've brought it up on here. I'm not sure I've talked about it to you either yet. Because I think I've just mentioned it in passing to like Joe and Bertos when we're playing. They introduced into Apex player versus environment quests that pop up every week.
Yeah.
You collect things, you go in. You're finding parts, basically, is what you're finding in the quests right now. I'm not going to spoil anything else about it, but they're adding in lore through that. They've been adding in tons of lore recently. They dropped Apex. There was no warning. No one knew it was coming. There was no marketing. This game was literally non-existent one day anywhere. And then suddenly there it was. It just showed up. And Respawn was like, hey, we made a game, and it's part of the Titanfall universe. So
It wouldn't
We've
be
got-
far fetched. It wouldn't be far
we've got
fetched
the
to
next
say.
gen we've got the next gen consoles coming out soon. Okay, you bet your sweet ass Apex is going to end up existing on those.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
yeah.
But they're adding in so much more lore. They're adding in PvE.
Mhm.
They're adding in a lot of different stuff. What? So I think
They're
I think
rebranding it.
Respawn has every intention of doing Titanfall 3. I don't think they have intention of doing Titanfall 3 the way they did the other two.
No.
I think Titanfall 3 is going to happen more like Apex happened. They're not going to have any warning about it. There's going to be nothing. And then in Apex, out of nowhere, there's going to be an announcement. And it's just going to exist.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be part of Apex. It's going to be its own game, and it's probably not going to be free. But I think they're literally going to just use Apex as the marketing for it. And
Yep.
what is going to happen is in all the lore, all the storylines of stuff, something's going to go down. Apex games are going to get fucked up, and your legend characters are going to essentially be your pilots now. So you took your pilots from TF2, turned them into legends for Apex, and then you're going to take those legends that you based off of them, and they're going to become the next generation of pilots. But I think the different factions are going to be split up between different groups of them.
Mm.
Because you had factions in Titanfall.
Right. But the factions in Titanfall weren't
I don't think there's going to be as many.
right. And the way that they functioned was basically just 6 different guilds to progress through. And maybe if they take more of a I feel like this is the wrong way to phrase it, but if they took like an ESO sort of thing where 3 how many pilots are we up to now? 8, 9?
12?
Yeah, so if basically 4 of each pilot went to a new thing, you know, then
I
each
think,
one would basically just be able to, like, you have your teams all set up if you divide it
Dude,
into 4
Yep.
and
this
make
is like
alliances.
insane. Actually, holy fuck! You've like literally got like fucking. I'm like, this is like a fucking like Twilight Zone for fucking like Titanfall to Titanfall 2 to the fucking like the fail. Like, I wouldn't say failed because it came out and it's obviously got a fucking sick following and shit.
Oh, and on PlayStation 4, it's still thriving. You can get into matches in no time.
That's true.
And it's like crazy because now, like, you know, like just diving into this whole fucking thing, it's like, dude, wait, what the fuck? Like, the
Yeah.
fucking the game devs, obviously, Titanfall is like something that is a big fucking thing. That is fucking super fucking still like a baby in a essence to these devs. And I just want to fucking like dude, honestly, holy fuck, I need to really go and
I mean,
Real-
if you want to talk about crazy deep wiki lore dives and shit you don't expect, the other half of this podcast is supposed to be Monster Hunter, and oh boy,
Far in the future, after nuclear warfare and everything on the planet is mutated, we are the Monster Hunters.
No, honestly though, like straight up, I fucking dude, what the fuck? Now you got me, y'all are gonna get me like, I need to go fucking I need to go
We gotta
fucking see this shit. Like I know this was about fucking you know, Monster Hunter Apex, but dude, this Apex fucking shit, it's got some fucking like crazy fucking roots, dude.
Oh yeah, there's so much more going on in that game than a lot of people realize.
It's and a lot of people don't even fucking see it because like it's just like, oh, it's like it's a fucking battle royale. Just like, oh, just hop in and fucking just
yeah,
oh,
and the people that want to dismiss the game for being what it is will just, I guess, miss out.
Yep. Because
I
I
mean-
guarantee when Titanfall 3 eventually happens, there's going to be so much lore tied to Apex in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would not be surprised if that fucking, how you were saying it, dude, how you were saying, like, oh, whenever the new consoles drop, and then whenever, obviously, because there's just no doubt that Apex is going to be fucking embedded. Like, it's going to be a fucking BA that fucking everyone's going to be playing still. It's a fucking, it's a game that, like, isn't, it came so quickly. I remember when it fucking first dropped, too. And it's not gonna be a fucking game that's left out. It's not gonna be like, it's gonna be heavily fucking played, on the newer systems. And dude, that'd be fucking insane. Because dude, Titanfall is a fucking dope ass game, like straight up, just without being said.
And about the factions in Titanfall, I was just thinking in the background a little bit and still listening, but what if your leaders, because the leader of the Vincent Dynamics faction in Titanfall 2 is a campaign character who was killed and resurrected as a simulacrum?
So about that, I didn't want to get into this because I was worried I'd get on a tangent.
Okay, God.
But you brought it up, so here we go.
This is gonna be a longer podcast. We got a special guest. It's a celebration, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we got a guest. Fuck it. So, I mentioned those quests and how you're putting stuff together.
I knew what you were getting at.
You're putting together a Titan.
I smelled what you were stepping in.
There's Vincent Dynamic shit stamped on the parts you're putting together, and people are basically theorizing that what you're putting together is the character who used to lead the Vincent Dynamic stuff. Because they're part of the group that did a lot of work with the whole Simulacrum program, which is what Revenant is.
Wait,
and
okay, so Simulacrum. Okay, so for those of us who are ignorant to that fucking term, could you
robot
elaborate?
with people brain.
Okay, cool.
In this context, yeah.
In essence, basically your consciousness gets taken from your body and put into a mechanical body. And that's what a simulacrum is. In the lore of the games, it caught a lot of flack. People didn't like it because they didn't think it was quite humane or ethical and all that stuff. Revenant in game is a simulacrum.
Okay.
And basically, Revenant became the simulacrum because his his meat mech got fried while he was in the tech mech.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they didn't tell him that he was now Metal Boy instead of Fleshy Boy. And that's why he's a pissed off bastard now, in essence.
Okay.
It's also why he's kind of got it out for like Hammond a bit and stuff, because they essentially programmed him to think he was still human.
What?
And then that programming got fucked up, and he realized that he's a robot, not a human.
And you can imagine the psychotic episode / body dysmorphia blend of realizing that what you thought in the mirror was yourself is just an illusion to keep you from seeing a robot.
For years.
Ooh. Oof. Big oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Holy fuck.
So,
damn.
basically, the theory goes you're putting together a character from Titanfall 2 who might have insight on how to permanently kill Revenant.
Permanently kill Revenant, huh?
Yeah.
I bet you're
Because right
eating
now,
happy.
he's essentially a mortal robot man.
Right.
Because once he's dead, the cortical stack shifts to another. Yep.
Shifts to another body, and that one comes out, and surprise! I'm back to shove my hand through your chest.
But isn't that essentially what we've been talking about as far as Apex goes? How they don't want these legends to die. They come back as they're a box they leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except the thing is, the people who are looking to take him out permanently isn't the people who run the games. It's one of the
Ooh.
people in the games. You're
Ooh.
doing all of this shit off the record.
Ooh.
It's all covert. Everyone is actually at risk of permanent death in these like quests.
And I'm not that far in or doing the quests on like Battle Pass or anything, but would the character putting you up to these quests have a personal vendetta?
Yes.
Yes, I figured.
And all the other legends are very, very questioning it because in the last one that happened, some shit went down.
Uh-oh.
Somebody got hurt.
Oh no.
And they're not happy. Papa Stink.
Mm-hmm.
You know lore about him, right?
Mhm.
And who he's attached to? He's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Pissed enough that he straight up choked out person who is putting all of this together and said that if anything happens to other person, I will make sure that you live out the rest of your days in permanent misery of disfigurement.
Ooh. That's not a hollow
Yeah.
threat. It's not a hollow threat.
So, yeah. And
Dude,
we're
yeah.
only 4 in.
I think I'd seen a at least one of those because I remember like you and Bertos and Dave,
Joe
Joe, Dave, Joe,
Joe Sorrell.
Yeah, y'all had those voices. Y'all were doing the y'all went into unison. Y'all without a skip of a beat.
Tuesdays. If you want to see the quests and you don't want to actually bother playing them, just tune in on Tuesday nights.
The problem is I'm usually trying to go to bed by the time
I know.
you're on.
We usually do them first thing.
Yeah.
So if I can just shoot you a message and I'll be like, hey, we're going on. If you just want to watch them go down
Right.
and have like the lore and stuff,
Yeah.
and enjoy the just clusterfuck that is us voice acting all of the characters.
Aren't they already voice acted?
No,
quests?
they don't have that part voice acted out. There's a whole section
Ah.
afterwards that's just text. So we read it.
Uh-huh.
Currently, I am Mirage, Wraith, Revenant,
Octane.
Pathfinder. I
No,
think
you're
I'm
not
somebody
Octane.
else.
You're not Octane. Who's
No,
Octane?
Joe's Octane.
That laugh makes me think that it's
it's-
racist as
Oh,
fuck.
it is. He's Mexican, so he's like, I can do this. It's fine. So it's literally like your most I had a date with this girl. It was real weird, man. She wanted me to wait till the next day. And I was like, why not just go do it tonight, man? That's basically his Octane.
Perfect.
Instead of, hey, amigo.
Yeah, right? Like a normal Mexican dude.
Just like, what is it? There's a
What is,
beautiful jump pad just sitting there.
What is a normal Mexican dude in 2020? Come on.
Cold, amigo? Don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to warm up in the respawn chamber.
I mean, like, normal is a loaded term.
It really is, because everybody's got their own.
But if you have justification to pepper in a little bit of Spanish in your everyday English diction, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just
He
feel
He
like
just sounds more like Danny Trejo than he does Octane, and it's hilarious. to
fun
me.
fact about Danny Trejo: anytime he does something bad in a movie, he dies, and that's his choice because he wants to teach people that crime doesn't pay.
I fucking
Damn.
love Danny Trejo. I fucking love Danny
Anytime that
Trejo.
Danny Trejo's a bad guy, he dies.
He's so old school cool.
And he's actually like a super good dude in real life. Like, he is a genuinely good person.
Definitely.
He's also a genuine badass. That dude
Oh, yeah.
will fuck you up.
Oh man, but yeah, no, the universe runs deep in Apex.
We could
It's such a
spend the
clusterfuck.
whole night on this and we wouldn't even cover half of shit.
Oh yeah.
But
We're
I
not
believe
going
it.
to.
yeah, it's one of those things of like if we just wanted to speculate on where things are going in the universe, it would be a good 2-hour conversation. I
Yeah.
mean,
So we're not going to get that deep. If we want to do that, we're gonna have to have like
we'll have to have a part 2.
we'll have Apex Talk Part 2.
Yeah.
But
Feel that.
anyways, we have another game to talk about tonight.
I
I
think
think we've
speaking of, I saw that you got added to the Discord group and kind of blew past everyone.
Oh yeah. Well, because I do that. I tend to do that. I tend to do that. I've I have 5,000 fucking hours in total in that whole series. So, or well, more actually.
Monster Hunter for a while.
Yeah.
It's actually
Well,
ridiculous.
I was watching a video concerning Monster Hunter earlier that lovingly refers to the Great Jagras as Ludroth's
Chungus?
cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was about to say, I thought you were talking about, oh, it has to be like Chungus. Yeah, the motherfucking huge, the Great Jagras.
Yeah, but just Ludroth's cousin. Cool
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, he's the coolest. He gives you gems in that one event quest, you know?
He's slow enough that you can just run right after him.
Yeah.
He comes in 3 flavors: great, medium, and tiny.
Oh, yeah. That special arena quest.
Yeah, the USJ.
Yeah, the USJ special arena quest. That one's good. Yeah.
Just tiny.
Man, I was I was like fucking helping Brandon out on his fucking. He started the PC, and I've just been bringing out all of my fucking like end game master rank builds on low ranks. Oh my goodness, it's not fair. We're like sub 3ing fucking everything. Well, I am basically.
On YouTube, there's a Team Darkside video.
Oh yeah.
Called "When You've Hunted 1,000 Kulu Yakus."
Yeah, I'm familiar with the team. I actually have like had fucking hunts with fucking like some of the people on Team Darkside.
So they go after a low rank Kulu as Team Darkside.
Yeah.
The quest ends in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
It is just 4 big ass great sword swings from midair, and it is done.
Oh, dude. You seen the one where they go against a Kelby?
Oh yeah. Jesus.
They cart twice. They get their fortitude. They go run up, and they just fucking
Like,
slow mo.
it's just the definition of meta bullshit.
Oh, it's hilarious, and that's crazy that the math that gets put into being made on meta sets, man.
Oh yeah, just insane.
It's fucking.
But-
it's. Oh yeah, like I
So-
was just. It's mind blowing, the
Yeah.
depth that you can get in.
I know, and it's like there's just crazy. Like, I don't want to say it's crazy, but some of it is. I hinted on this earlier about how deep the lore of the world is, but what in the world would have to happen to a world where the entire economy is hunting based?
Well, I mean,
Like,
it would have to be fucking overrun with fucking monsters in different areas and regions, and
yeah, and there's this general understanding with the research commission fleets that you are helping keep the balance, like you're conservation rangers in a way.
basically.
You're killing monsters that are too aggressive. You're killing monsters that are destroying human settlements.
Yeah.
Like, that's the role of the research commission, to just be park rangers.
Essentially, yeah, in its essence.
Now, the reason that you need park rangers is because way back in the day, humans were on the top of the food chain.
Or were they in Monster Hunter?
They were. And the the humans that were on the top of the food chain did what most humans do and tried to play God. And they decided that keeping the balance was not worth it anymore, and that they could tip the scales in humanity's favor. And according to, I'm gonna paraphrase this because I don't have reference in front of me right now. According to the Monster Hunter lore, it took 12 horses and 4 dragons to make what was essentially a biomechanical zombie elder dragon. and they wanted to have control over this thing. They called it the Equal Dragon Weapon. And there are these 5 black dragons in Monster Hunter lore that essentially are just natural calamity incarnate. And one of them was summoned by the absolute outrage and hatred for humanity after they created this thing.
What?
And that's the one that's imprinted on the Zenny. The main unit of currency in the world has a reminder of, yeah, we fucked up.
So what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, right? So try to draw your own conclusions from that real quick.
God damn.
The money has a carving of the dragon that ruined everything.
What the fuck? And which one is that? Dalamadur?
No, it's called Fatalis.
Oh, Fatalis. Yes, of course. It's in the fucking, I think that's in Generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, dude, yeah. Fatalis, which I hope they're thinking of bringing Elatrion or fucking Fatalis. For sure Elatrion. For sure Elatrion's coming, but I hope that they keep on bringing more and more of these older Fatalis was a fight, man.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping with World being as big of an undertaking as they took with it and stuff, and how good they did with Iceborne and all the shit they've added to it for free. I'm kind of hoping, because if you're running around in World, you can see a map of the, quote unquote new world.
Right.
And there's just like a tiny corner of it that actually has like map spaced out on it. Like you're just in a tiny corner of the new world.
Yeah.
So what I kind of hope they do with it is instead of just making another Monster Hunter that's a separate game,
yeah,
I hope they just keep adding more DLC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the Iceborne expansion.
DLC and unlocking new areas, new regions, and different stuff.
I fucking hope so.
And give it like the MMO treatment, where you're just constantly adding to it instead of redoing games and constantly having to do this stuff. Because there's not a real reason to do that anyways with a game like Monster Hunter.
It's just because they already have so many fucking different variables of the story on different fucking platforms.
Yeah, and you're a series veteran yourself. You can attest to the graphical fidelity of all of the games up until now being generally the same.
Oh yeah, essentially, yeah. I would have to say.
And now that they've remade Monster Hunter in the MT framework.
Oh man, it's so
this
much
is
more
how
visually
it's gonna
pleasing.
look for probably the next 10 years.
I hope, dude, because this is fucking amazing.
And then you know what the next step after the MT framework engine is?
What, VR?
The RE engine. Resident Evil 7, Devil May Cry 5, Death Stranding. Well, no, they used it modified. But essentially, the photorealistic scan all your textures in engine that gave us the beauty that was DMC5.
Dude.
There's all these thoughts running through my head.
Imagine, if you will, getting that level of graphical quality looking into a Rathian's eye.
Dude, Rathians are my bitches, and they have always been. No matter what, when I started or fucking till now, man. Fuck. I
so
can't
then
wait.
you will see the registration of fear in her eye.
Oh yeah,
What
definitely.
stands? You're gonna see fear somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you know what? I know you put Rajang down like the little bitch he is.
Yeah, furious Rajang soloed, fucking got his
Angry
ass.
chimp.
Got him.
Yeah, imagine the angry monkey, first time player, never ran into it before, and just seeing him going ape shit in photorealistic quality.
Oh yeah, and then he just fucking takes Kieran, breaks the horn, and starts chewing that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Tasty.
Yeah, that's just and that ain't the furious. That's just the regular. That motherfucker. Yeah. Ooh yeah.
Now, I think I want to say that it was another online entry in the Monster Hunter universe that first gave the idea that Rajang hunted Kirin for their horns, and it was really just kind of alluded to with like Orochi Kirin versus Rajang.
Right.
And Monster Hunter World is the first game where they actually animated confirmation that yes, that is how the Rajang do.
Yeah, the Rajang dude don't give no
That
fucks.
is how Rajang do. Here we see a Rajang. He comes through this tree region to find a horse. And when he finds this horse, he wants to take it for a ride. But it's not a normal ride, you see, for it's going to end badly for all. There it is. He broke the horn off.
Yeah. I'm gonna see.
But-
it. I'm gonna pull that fucking clip up, dude, because that was just epic. That was an epic fucking. That was just. I loved it, dude, because fucking. Jeez, dude.
So
Not
that was
only did
that
he fucking
cutscene
just
was
like.
essentially something that they teased for years. Like they teased people with, "Oh yeah, Rajang break off Kirin's horns," and then lo and behold, we finally get to see it happen.
Oh, dude. Let's fucking see
And in
it. This is the fucker right here. God damn.
so we got off topic when I summoned the name Fatalis.
Oh yeah,
but-
Fatalis, baby.
Fatalis basically came and wrecked humanity's shit because he was outraged that we had made the Equal Dragon weapon.
And by the Equal Dragon weapon, we're not talking about the Dragonator.
No, that's not equal to any.
No, that's fucking piece of shit weapon that doesn't do fucking shit.
So
Where's my Dragonator?
imagine taking the corpses of 4 dragons and a bunch of other meat to try to make your own Elder Dragon, and then this Elder Dragon that you've never seen comes and says, "You know what? You guys had your chance."
It's like I've been watching this whole time, and fuck you.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure that you've seen in the armor sets one called the Ardian set
Yeah.
that kind of turns you into Iron Man in a
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
That's the ancient civilization's technology.
Cough, cough. Cough, cough.
That's pre-Fatalis armor. And in the Monster Hunter games, there are some areas that are ruins left over from this ancient civilization. And much like Dark Souls, they don't explain shit. It's just there.
Yeah.
And it's been a real like my first Monster Hunter game being World. It's been real interesting to dive into just the horror of post-apocalyptic universe, just sort of peppered through the games here and there. Because
Woo! Sorry, that I just.
I know what you're watching.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, if someone that has been into the series can miss that they are in a world after the end, it's not a present fact. So you have to dig to find out, oh, we're basically the remnants of this civilization that got their shit fucked by dragons because they were awful.
If you haven't noticed, we're kind of lore junkies over here.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Over
I know.
over the last 3 months, I have poured 800-page novels into my brain.
I need to get up on my
64,000
lore and
pages.
shit. Yeah, I need to fucking I need
No,
to get
6,400. Yes, you get what I'm
yeah, I was
saying.
like 64,000. I was like, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
I was like, do you have a job?
Yeah, it's a
But
job
no.
that allows him to pour that much into his brain at one time.
That's admirable.
Just doing like wiring repairs and amplifiers and guitars. If you know what you're doing, your brain doesn't have to be all there.
I feel that.
And audiobooks make powering through novels very easy.
Very, especially when Morgan Freeman's reading it to you.
So the ones that I've been reading are a series that we could do our own podcast on
Yeah.
called The Expanse.
Mm.
And
So good.
their narrator that was hired through Hachette Audio, it just does fantastic performances. I mean, he has distinctive voices for a myriad of characters.
Mm.
And it's a TV show that recently just got picked up by Amazon.
Oh.
And if you have Amazon Prime, go watch it. Do it.
But it's one of those things of like, there's always an appreciation in me for people that have tons of information that doesn't affect the plot, but it's there to provide scenery, flavor, and in the best cases, just a sense of dread. Because like if we go on the same speculative tangent for Monster Hunter, imagine one of the DLCs is an area that looks like it's been terraformed in a way.
Yeah.
And there are buildings that look like they're part of the landscape, but really it's just been thousands of years of nature overtaking them. And maybe some of the information and maybe some of the weird hybridization and playing God experiments on the wyverns and dragons managed to survive and proliferate.
But just didn't really bother venturing that far.
Hmm.
So if on the other side of this
Interesting.
continent, known as the New World, something terrifying like a basil goose that has scales that shoot Nergigante thorns when they explode.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna fucking exclude.
I would say the
Anything.
more terrifying version of that would be a Nergigante with exploding thorns.
Nergigante with a fucking goddamn. He's shooting fucking like, you know, goddamn. Dropping these stupid bombs off that just like one shot you.
No. Literally, every single move he does that launches spikes at you, those spikes don't just go away. They plant wherever they are and explode in a minute. So
Yeah.
if they hit you, they stay. Then they go boom.
Ooh.
So just the blast proc on the thorns.
Mm.
You could do that with a mod and it would be... Ugh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, there's some mods out
I
there.
get
man.
it would still actually be pretty
It'd be
decently
challenging
balanced.
and fun. Yeah.
Oh well,
But-
yeah. I mean the way, man, dude. Like I had just gotten fucking Iceborne, and I'm like fucking. I'm already just
So,
there, you know.
yeah, and being familiar with monsters such as a raging Brachydios and a seething basil goose. Like, seething will drop his face on the floor and just nuke the entire area.
Oh yeah.
Raging will basically do the same by covering, like, I don't know how big that radius is, but his final...
It's pretty big.
Yeah, his final desperation move there.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you could biologically graft that onto any monster you want.
That'd
Now,
be
on
nice.
that note, I might have to dip out for like 10 minutes. If you guys just want to keep chatting about Monster Hunter and stuff, like go for it. I gotta run my wife her laptop for work. Over at the place she's helping out at tonight.
Gotcha.
Because she's now closing it down over there, so
Oh,
she
okay.
needs that real quick. So, good thing we got a guest. But I will be right back.
All right. Yeah, dude, for sure. Do you have PC?
I don't have one that has, let's call it a proper GPU.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Ben was nice enough to gift me an old Alienware PC that I got an operating system installed on, but so far the native resolution is a weird, choppy 720.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to dump a bit more money into that thing to be able to run games like Monster Hunter. And
Yeah, I mean, it also just feels better playing it on fucking better quality graphics, you know what I'm saying?
oh, yeah.
But, I mean, regardless, do you have it on, like, PS... you have a PS4?
Yeah, generally playing everything on PS4.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, I fucking... at one point I was like, man, fuck, I need to get me a PS4 to do that, but then I was just like, fuck, I don't really... I had put in fucking, like, about 650 hours into fucking base game, Monster Hunter World, and then now I'm about to be hitting around 800 and something hours on, like, total as far as for the expansion, so...
Yeah.
I've really grinded out, and I just have so much shit. Like, I have so much... Well, I had. After augmenting and all that shit, my resource points fucking are just absolutely not there anymore. But I still have a good amount of fucking Zenny. But, man, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't go back to having nothing. And I like to have... the transmogs and shit, because...
Oh, yeah.
Because, dude,
And
oh my goodness.
They took some pointers from mods. Like, there was a very popular one that just made item drops more noticeable.
Yeah, I've had that. The shiny item drops. Yeah. Dude, it's just... It's so much...
And Iceborne kind of implemented Capcom's own version of that. Oh, I feel bad that I'm mentioning this while Ben had to step out, but... did you see the news that Monster Hunter World is Capcom's best-selling title now?
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. It's when Monster Hunter fucking dropped, you know, the work, like the average like work rate or whatever in fucking, you know, Japan was like fucking down to fucking nothing because everybody fucking basically didn't go to work to play Monster Hunter as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
And oh, dude, I don't blame him, man. I was right there. I put them hours in that shit.
Oh yeah.
I soloed it all, basically. I soloed everything except for like Kulturoth. Whenever the Kulturoth fucking thing came out in World, that's whenever I went and had to get a crew. But everything else, I was soloing. I was soloing Arc Tempered. I was soloing fucking just everything except for the fucking obviously the goddamn Siege. But now I could solo the fucking Kulturoth Siege.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah. Oh, dude. I put fucking mad motherfucking hours on the PSP. I put at least 3,000 hours, if not 3,000 plus hours on the PSP. Freedom Unite 2.
And part of that is just oddly the way the game is meant to be experienced, because it was mostly a mobile title.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the liberty of just linking up. Just linking up like I can now, but it's just in most cases, man, like just like a lot of people aren't like on the level of like understanding of as far as like the mechanics go on monsters, and like I would just rather do it myself, basically.
Yeah, no, and the damage modifiers themselves are an interesting, because Ben and I mostly played through. Well, I mean, we're still going through Iceborne kind of together, I suppose, because we, like, right now, Ben and I are basically at the point where we need to spend a bunch of time in the Guiding Lands.
Yeah, the Guiding Lands are, it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
keeping the levels in check. I'll tell you right now, a good thing to do is basically once you're able to get all the fucking the Elder Dragons and stuff, and you can find out, or like you get everything to where it's able to spawn in its respected fucking area. You just gotta fucking you gotta spam trap. Just keep spam trapping each one in that area to level it up, and you level it up, you max it out, and then you equalize that fucking you cap it or whatever. You make sure that like until you go to the next area, and then you keep going and keep going and keep going. Once you hit about fucking 100 master rank, then you unlock the tempereds in that area and stuff. And yeah, it's a weird little like weird dynamic to bring in, but I mean I get it.
Yeah, a little bit. I just got an alert on. Oh, it's Spotify, so never mind.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm almost mastering 50. So I'm trying to get AT fucking Namiel.
Yeah.
I want to get that. I mean, it's not gonna take me very long to get to 100. I've been helping out other people on their shit because I really do find joy in that, and I also have the most hilarious fucking layered armors, and I just like hop in, and I see that they're carded as fuck, and I'm just like, hey, just stand back and watch real quick. And most of the time they do, and so I'll just go in and I'll just fucking wreak havoc, and I just fucking take fucking pride and joy, and great joy in seeing like these people. They're like, what the fuck? They're like just getting into Iceborne. They're like master rank like 3 or 4, and they're just doing something that's like absolutely like way out of their league, and I just jump in and I'm just fucking shit up, just going in there. It's fun. It's hella fun to me.
Oh yeah.
Now that Safi Jiva's out, I really need to spam that, but because I want to get my fucking awakened shit. I've farmed it plenty enough, but I never got the fucking the weapons that I needed, so I don't really ever use them. I just use I throw the layered over it, make them look like Safi weapons, but yeah, I just I need to spam Safi. I need to spam Kolv as soon as because I only got to do one of the fucking the master rank Kulturoths, and I didn't get shit. Like,
and Safi Jiva is one that we're anticipating when it comes back, because hopefully we'll be able to take it on by then.
It's on right now. It's on right now.
Well, we need to play some Monster Hunter on our PlayStations then.
Yeah, it's happening right now. At least I thought that they were in unison as far as the PC and fucking consoles go now. So
yeah, I think that you're right. If it's happening there, it should be happening everywhere.
But yeah, I was I played it before I had got it on my PC. I was helping another friend out on his, and so I had played these monsters before, and I'd just gotten him so fucking far. And he fucking plays it on his PS4, and he's just like fucking just a complete. He's not on the same like skill level as far as me, and so he just tries to go in on these monsters and shit, and it's funny to see him try and do that like mechanic.
Yeah, there's an unfortunate number of just sort of. I guess I just wanted to describe it as like hunters going in with a gung-ho attitude instead of a strategy.
Yeah.
And usually that gets literally beaten out of them.
Yeah, well, especially with this new clutch claw mechanic, I feel like the idea, the dynamic is fucking amazing, but I feel like the way that it's implemented is so shitty. Because you almost feel like it's not that you almost feel like, it's you are forced to clutch claw to tenderize, so your fucking your fucking your tenderizer jewels and all that shit don't really work unless the fucking spot is weak, like weakness exploit. It's not a weak spot until it's tenderized with a clutch claw, and you have to constantly do that because it only has a duration of 90 seconds, and then you have to keep going and keep going and keep going. When before, it wasn't like that because you could just fucking wail on them and then it just stays fucking beat. Now you have to clutch claw it. You have to fucking make sure that you're on the right thing and fucking beat on it and fucking jump off. And there's only certain times in fights where you're able to fucking do that successfully.
Oh yeah.
And other than you YOLOing a fucking, you know, a tenderize, which is like you gotta wear your temporal or you gotta wear your fucking rock steady. And
Right.
And then in the essence,
Well,
it's like you gotta you gotta do that. It's kind of.
I feel like the intended path for the clutch claw is that you wait for the monster to flinch and start panting, and that's the only time that you're supposed to
No.
really be able to get it in.
No, see, that's one of the because that is one thing that they implemented into Iceborne, to where that's like, okay, that's an obvious time where you clutch claw and you tenderize, but there are times pre-enraged where you can fucking clutch claw, tenderize, get it off, and then do it again without it fucking knocking you off. And I mean, it's down to the mathematical fucking like number where there are times where you can do it, and then there's times where you have to do it to YOLO clutch claw tenderize some shit and risk, you know, obviously the cooldown on your tool, which then almost forces you to run the gems with the tool specialist. And
Yeah.
I don't use that. I try and do DPS. Like,
The current set that I've been using has level 2. Tool specialist is just sort of like a bonus skill from the armor that I don't really intend for it to be on there, but it's part of the set that gives me the best defense and the best complement of skills.
yeah.
So it's just one of those things of, I guess I'm a little bit ahead of the curve of consciously using that skill, but I'm benefiting from it.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. I fucking just I'm, you know, fortunate enough to have the Raging Brachydios fucking set. I have, you know, I want to get. That's why I want to get to 100 to get the 18 Namio set, so I can get my dual blades out again. Because there's this zombie build that is meant with the dual blades. It's constructed solely of 18 Namiel's armor, and I just love dual blades, but it's so monotonous. I like dual blades in a fucking in a group, but I don't like doing them solo, because it's just like over and over. It's just the same fucking shit. But it's not as it could be flashy, but I like it whenever it's in the group setting. But with this 18 Amiel set, then I'll be able to bring it back out. You're so fast. Your stamina is just like fucking barely depleting. It's so nice. I just I spam Zenogre to get the fucking I spam Zenogre and all that shit to get the heavy bowgun that spread the the whatever it's fucking called. Can't remember the name of the rare 12.
Oh, I think it's something like 10,000 volts.
No. It's the heavy bowgun.
Oh yeah, 10,000 volts is the light.
Yeah, that's a light. It's called the Lord something. But yeah, I like that one.
Lord of Thunder.
Have the God 3 or the Guard 3 on that motherfucker, as well as Guard Up, and as well as fucking Guardian and all that shit, dude. I'm just basically, when played right, you're not getting fucking hit and
Right.
tanking
Well,
the fuck
I mean,
out of
that's
it.
kind of Monster Hunter in a nutshell. Of if you play it right, you don't get hit.
I mean, that's Monster Hunter, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Jedi Fallen Order.
Don't get hit.
Don't get hit.
Just get good.
Absolutely, absolutely, man, absolutely.
Scrub.
One thing that I fucking am, I was a longsword main in fucking PSP, but this one I am just like it's just I cannot get the longsword out, man. It's just I'm trying to get it, trying to get the fucking timing, but I gotta work on my greatsword timing before I can work on my longsword timing. So I made a greatsword zombie build that basically it has no flinch and no stun, and has maximum fucking regen because it has 2 Val Zoc pieces and then a Gold Rathian. And yeah, I just basically am trying to get my greatsword down before I go to the longsword. Because I want to be a fucking god at the longsword on the fucking PC version. But it's just...
I still stand by longsword's great for solo play. It's not as great for group settings.
I think it's terrible solo.
It's just so big.
I think it's terrible for solo. I think it's better in a group setting so you can get your fucking levels off. But then again, that's me. Speaking for me, is like, I'm not too skilled in longsword on World. And
Well,
Iceborne.
see, my issue with the longsword, anyone who uses a longsword and plays with me hears me say this. Quit fucking hitting me!
Yeah, well, I mean, it really doesn't matter where you're hitting on the longsword until you get to that fucking 3rd level of fucking that red. And as long as you're hitting those
Well, that's why my whole thing now is if anyone's using a longsword, I try to just stay away from them.
yeah,
best I
well,
can.
I mean, then it goes back to fucking...
It's hard depending on what you're fighting. If you're fighting a bigger monster, it's not a problem. If you're fighting something like a fucking Kulu Yaku, though,
Yeah.
your options are nothing.
Well, your
have no
options are just
You're gonna
don't
get
fucking
smashed.
play longsword on a fucking Guliaku. I mean, like, honestly, just... it's a situational weapon for me, man, and I'm gonna get better at it, but yeah, I just want to get really good to where I can fucking foresight slash and get that free level, and then fucking wail, and then just do the fucking lie fucking thingy, whatever it's called, the lie sheath.
Oh
Re-
yeah. EI.
Yeah, and dude, oh my god, that's an iframe within itself. But if you fucking hit it with the Lee whatever the fuck slash, then your shit just starts fucking raising up that meter. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, and that actually turned me on to playing it more. So
Well, honestly, the EI slash counter is great, but it'll always take off 1 level of your meter.
if you don't
Even if
fucking do it
doesn't
right,
connect. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
And,
just the same as foresight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the Spirit Helmbreaker and EI slash combo, you don't have, unless you don't land that last hit of your normal, I'm gonna be speaking PlayStation, but your normal R2 combo.
Yeah, I use a PS4 controller. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you don't land that last hit of your R2 combo to bump up your level of gauge and use the filled meter, then that mechanic just kind of goes to waste in a way.
Well, I mean, that all goes into part into play the playing of being a master of that fucking weapon. I mean, I've seen it
Right.
where you can fucking spam the R2, and on the last R2 slash fucking the last spirit slash, you go into the fucking the lie fucking counter to the lie slash, and boom, you fucking are just like into red. I've seen it to where you literally, like, they literally were into the red in 30 seconds, which is
Yep,
fucking,
that's-
which is absolutely fucking insane, dude. It's so fucking insane. you're getting your foresight slash, then you're getting your fucking spirit slashes, and then you're fucking going into the fucking Lei counter, the Lei slash, and then you're fucking in red, and then already doing spirit helmbreaker fucking in fucking 35 seconds. Like, that's fucking... I want to do that, though, and I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna get there.
And then at that
Mark my
point,
words.
it's gonna be more about maintaining red than anything else.
Oh, well, if you can get to there, then you can maintain it. Because if you can't, then you don't deserve to be there. Basically. Basically. That's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm fucking at. I know, and I've said it, to fucking people. I'm not gonna fucking goddamn sit here and say that I'm some fucking goddamn longsword prodigy, but I definitely am gonna get to that point where I can fucking, where I can do that, and it's gonna be fucking so satisfying.
As far as meter management goes, you're talking to two guys that play primarily Charge Blade.
Oh, dude, yeah. Fuck. Have y'all gotten the fucking the Lightbreaker fucking the Lightbreak Charge Blade yet?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's fucking fantastic. That's the fucking best fucking Charge Blade aside from Safi fucking Charge Blades. Ugh. Such damage. Much ouch.
Wow.
So much.
So much
Such
wow. Such
Slaps
wow.
worth of Charge Blade. His bad boy can fit so much damage.
Dude, I fucking swear. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking stream after this. I'm gonna try and do a. I'm gonna just.
I think we might be running some Doom Eternal in a bit here.
Nice.
Yeah, either that or like
Ugh.
we were discussing that Safi Jiva is on. So if we grind our way up to try to take on that siege, we could pop in Monster Hunter at some point, either tonight or tomorrow.
Ugh. God, this is a weird tasting fucking.
Tomorrow?
We're gonna, because we'll have more time throughout the day to just hammer out
Master rank
stuff. And if it's you and me doing it, we're gonna
Easy.
burn through shit.
Man, which sucks, man. Too bad I fucking don't have it on PS4. Well, too bad I don't have PS4. Because honestly, like, I'd be able to fucking, like, because I, like, how I did it on, well, only because I had so much money from base game, but I was able to just solo target fucking Zenogre to fucking get the damn, the heavy bowgun to where I could just fucking straight up just go up and just fuck shit up. But
First time that Ben and I ran into a Zenogre,
We killed it.
we did kill it.
yeah.
It was just such a nice special moment of, hey, look at this new monster. Let's learn.
What about
First
the
time,
Stygian? What about the
success.
Stygian Zenogre?
I haven't killed Stygian yet.
Yeah, first time I ran into the Stygian, I fucking
Kinda wish
I
he was blue.
slapped that motherfucker up. But it was real crazy because it was so different.
Yeah, and
It's different. It's a variant, as they call them.
funnily enough, because it is the like draconic variant of Zenogre, we made ourselves a new friend that has put 600, 700 hours in the Monster Hunter world in months.
Yeah, like 3 months, and it was like 700 hours. You've seen the person. Good old Legiana.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
our new Australian friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 700 some hours
That's
in Monster Hunter in a
that's
matter of a couple
Shroud's,
months. Basically.
Shroud's girlfriend, right?
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah. Shroud's girlfriend from Down Under.
Yeah. Her and I were actually fucking up some Apex and duos the other day.
Nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, she seems to be definitely a textbook. I don't have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna spam some shit. I feel like I fucking was at that point.
But she
in
doesn't
Monster
put
Hunter
off
base.
that, like, I play this shit and I'm fucking good vibe. Like, the
Oh
whole
yeah,
time she's like,
I do.
I played a little bit. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Then gets
See, but
in and just
that's almost a little more douchey. To me.
It
I-
If
depends
you're
on
good
the-
at it, if you're good at it, you gotta let them know ahead of time. Like, hey, dude, I'm pretty with
Yeah,
it.
but like, here's the thing. Like, when it comes to like Apex, Guitar, Titanfall, and stuff, I don't think I'm that good at any of those things.
Well, you gotta look at other people, and then
But
you gotta also
Other
fucking
people
like.
are like, but you are.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm not. But I'm also comparing myself to people who are god tier at those things.
Right. I feel that.
It's the perspective of what tier are you?
Yeah.
Because even when it comes to music, like I've been playing guitar for 14 years, and given time and effort, I can nail some pretty difficult stuff, but that only in my mind puts me at being like B tier guitarist, because the knowledge, like
Well,
the toolbox is there, but the knowledge of how to use all of the tools correctly
Exactly.
is
I
not.
feel like that is like, oh man.
And
Okay,
it also
so that's a
falls into
good little analogy, but like
Yeah.
as far as like Monster Hunter and shit like that goes, I mean like dude, I've fought like me personally, this is just me talking about me, but like I've fucking had hunts with like the Team Darkside people. I've fucking like literally like not like
You've encountered S tier.
I've rolled with fucking I don't know if you're familiar with the speedrunner Faye, who was doing mad bow runs like fucking like so
Oh, yeah.
fucking yeah, like I used to hunt with Faye all the time, dude. All the time. Like and they told me like how I could optimize my fucking play with bow and base game. And since then, since my hiatus from playing, I had lost contact with all of them. They've all, well, not lost contact. Like I could sit here and I could fucking I could message Chris and I could fucking be like, hey yo, what's up, dog? But like I mean, like, they're so fucking. The amount of content that they're putting out now, and fucking like Faye, I don't even know. I haven't even seen anything from Faye in forever. But like,
It's the same way with like
Anything really.
yeah, like I feel like I'd be humble bragging a little bit, but like national level touring groups that I've, as a guitar and amp repair guy, helped out as almost coincidence and become acquainted with, like Sarah, an example. I can reach
Yeah.
out and just be like, hey, what's going on?
I was texting her the other
Fucking
day.
miss you.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
dude,
Or,
I don't know if you
some
saw
of the guys from
fucking
like
Sarah.
a
I was
former,
checking all her shit out actually.
and there's another guy who is a former member of Children of Bodom. No, not Children. Cradle of Filth,
Ooh.
and he used to be one of their guitarists. His band. I
Ooh.
know 2 or 3 people from there, and
Dude, that's
so I
tight.
can. It's one of those things of like you have to take a step back and realize like you can reach into the A and S tiers as
Absolutely, and you
as a
should.
human on an equal human level, and like interact with them as people, but they're just on this different, not like a different level, like to put them on a pedestal.
No,
but
they are on a fucking pedestal. They're on a different fucking plane.
Right, and it's these people that are just they've studied the toolbox enough to unlock the secrets that you don't see.
Yeah.
They are the speedrunners.
Yeah, these people that not only understand the toolbox but understand the tools.
And how to use them.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So when it comes to musicians and stuff like that, like yeah, like you were saying, you can reach out to them and be like, "Yo, dog, what's up?" But you're not going to, just by knowing them, reach that level.
See,
that
at base,
level of
I will say,
efficiency.
at base Monster Hunter, I was on that fucking, within reaching that fucking plane. I was like fucking just, if I would have stick around and stayed with it, I could have fucking continued to be, but yeah, no, like I said, I just recently gotten the Monster Hunter fucking Iceborne expansion. But no, that's just Monster Hunter, dude. What you're talking about is fucking, this is...
Yeah, but it's one of those. I guess my point in bringing it up is that these people don't. Well, the good ones don't consider themselves to be on another level, even when they are,
Oh,
because
well,
there's
that's
that
probably in
humility
your
of just like
aspect.
anyone in the world can do what I do if they just apply the effort and time.
In
Yup.
your that's in your aspect of fucking speaking. In the Monster Hunter, fucking like the people that I'm talking about, dude. Dude, they would talk mad shit, dude. When I sucked and I was fucking like playing with them, man, they're talking so much shit, dude. That I fucking whenever I had first met uh um any of the fucking Team Darkside people, dude, like because of the outlet that I had met them from, they knew that it was just like, okay, well, they were friends, obviously. First off, it's not like it was a random encounter. And so, like, they were they were dick swinging, dude. Like, you know what I mean? As they should, dude. Like, they're gods. And me playing with them was enabling me to get better at that game. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see where you're coming from, because at that, like, that's not just. I mean, they make money. Don't get me wrong. They make money from doing the Monster Hunter shit that they do. But like at what you're talking about, that's a fucking like they're fucking doing like they're making they're it's like a life changing thing. It's like fucking, you know what I mean? Like they're doing it, and they're not only just like amazing at what they do, but they have to somewhat be humbled, because they're not like obviously the best at what they do, because there's people that they look up to, you know what I mean, like,
Right.
and what like with these guys, they're like they're the top of the fucking ladder in Monster Hunter. And I mean, like, they know that they're fucking bad fucking ass, but there's some Asians that fucking just straight up
Yeah,
will
no,
fucking,
it's
Damn Asians.
oh, I mean, but that's where it came from, and they should be fucking way better, because I mean, it came out first. If they're not better, like, I mean, goddamn. But still, like, I know what you're saying as far as like the humbling, like,
right. And I guess in another
it's different strokes.
in another analogy is that the whole like one man's trash is one man's treasure. Your idols have their own idols. They have people they look up to.
Absolutely.
Like Randy Rhoads, up until his death, was taking guitar lessons from anyone he could find that he wanted to learn from.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things, though, I think about being extremely good at something. And it's something that I have kind of always taken to heart. And I think it's part of why, like, even if I'm good at something, I don't usually look at myself as being that good at it. Because no matter how good you are at something, there's always room for improvement.
Oh, 100%.
It doesn't matter if you're the person that everybody else thinks is the best. You can still get better.
I'm gonna go get water and leave water.
100%.
I'll be right back.
100%, man. Like, straight up. I fucking just talk mad shit, like, because I fucking know that, like, I could go out there and I'll fucking perform. But, like, absolutely, at the end of the day, even, like, I know that I'm, dude, nowhere near.
Well, I mean, yeah, and that's like, again, like in Apex,
But
I've got friends that if I hop on with, like, I literally will just look them dead in the face and be like, no, it's all good. I got this. I can carry.
yeah.
Like, I know I can handle shit. I know I
Right.
can handle myself in things. I'm confident in what I can do, but I also know I'm not the best.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have room to improve.
Oh, dude, yeah. I'm like, I just talk, I talk it because I can, for the most part, walk it in every sense of the term. But, like, I also, that's just part of my personality. Like, who I am. I'm a cocky fucking son of a bitch.
Well,
I will fucking be.
Mentality is a lot in things.
Yeah.
If you don't believe that you're gonna win a fight, if you don't believe that you're gonna, like, do something, you're probably not going to pull it off.
No, absolutely not,
Because
man.
you're already inside of your own head. Whereas if you're telling yourself, I got this, I can do it, we're going to win this shit.
Oh, easy. Yeah, it's a fucking, it's a
You've got a
cakewalk.
better chance of doing it. Because you got to keep yourself from fucking you over mentally.
Oh, yeah, dude. You're your own worst enemy.
Oh, I know that.
You know what I mean? No, I did not fucking, for a long time, not in Monster Hunter, but like this is just a life thing. Like, you know, like I was not believing in myself, which this was a long time ago, because since then I fucking had realized that I had fucking the ability to, if I wanted to do it and I put my mind to it, I will do it. But in speaking back in Monster Hunter, like, I fucking knew that if I could fucking straight rape the game and fucking PSP, like, it's a different integration. I fucking can just get the fucking handles and do it, like, fucking, and then I had the blessing of fucking playing with the fucking best in North America. You know, in the base game, and then I was able to fucking unlock that. You know what I mean? Like, if you fucking were able, like, to, like, you know, your friend was saying, like, you know, he knows all these fucking good people. Like, dude, if just by you know, doing the technician part of, like, the amps and all that stuff. Forgive me if I'm fucking not on par with that, but he has the fucking outlet to fucking get, like, you know, he has the ability. Not a lot of people have that fucking, that option, that connection, right? And so, like, you know, like, the people that do have that, like, you need to fucking utilize that to the fullest extent in order to get yourself better and then gain that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fucking, and that's not a lot of that's not something that a lot of fucking people have. And whenever I had that,
very few people have.
huh?
I said that's something very few people have.
Oh, dude, yeah, like the percentage is like fucking not even double digits of like the amount of people that fucking have an outlet to where they can potentially fucking utilize it and get skill level that surpasses the vast majority of people that are doing a certain thing. And it's insane. And you know, I'm planning on trying to get back to a level to where I can fucking be like, hey, what's up? And let's do some fucking, this is back to Monster Hunter. It's like, I wish that I could fucking get to the level where I can go, hey, let's do this, and then we can, like, I can learn from them more mechanics, more shit, you know, to fucking put me back in the spectrum of fucking being within the greats of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to fucking be able to do that again.
Reach a level like that, it's not as hard to get back to that level.
Oh, absolutely not. It's just time then.
Yeah.
It's just time. And how much do you want it?
Exactly.
And I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I want it bad. I want it real, real bad. And I'm going to fucking get back to I want to get back to that fucking goddamn level. I want to get back to being that fucking guy. Ooh. Because it was nice. It's not only a fucking awesome thing, but it's an awesome feeling to be able to fucking get there and do that again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I was once at that point. God damn, dude, I can get there again. You know what I mean? Like, dude. And this is just a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, the same kind of stuff applies to the real world.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
To an extent.
Oh, well,
Like,
yes, obviously. It's always to an extent.
If you acquire a skill and you don't do that skill for years, it's much easier to get back into that skill than it is to just learn it from scratch.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Right.
There are some things that is not the case with.
No.
But a lot of stuff that people do as hobbies or just for fun and then get out of because they get caught up with a lot of other things. Like,
Yeah.
and then you go to do it again. You're like, wow, I'm terrible.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, don't. It's not a matter of, well, shit, I suck. I should just stop.
Right.
No, no. If you want to get back to where that level of which you had at a time prior,
Everything
and
takes
it's a
effort.
hobby, yeah, you gotta fucking put that time back in.
I mean, that's like you and I when we were getting all this stuff going, and we were looking at like YouTube analytics and stuff.
Yeah.
And the amount of time and energy it takes for a channel to even reach a point where you have the possibility
Being
of making
monetized.
any profit off
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
It's fucking, you know.
You're looking at a good year to 2 years before you're
Oh.
gonna see a single dime.
Absolutely. And you know what?
And that's if you do well.
Yeah, but too, I've heard fucking from more than one successful person in this this YouTube fucking hustle is just if you're consistent. You just got to consistently do it. And if you enjoy doing it while you're being consistent, if as long as it's something that you enjoy, man, like fuck, dude.
If
Why
you
not?
enjoy doing it, then fucking do it. You know, except
Absolutely.
for a couple of things.
Right,
Looking
right.
at you creepy bastards.
Yeah,
And
motherfuckers.
methods. Please go.
Yeah, you should probably get help. But yeah, like, and that's kind of what we were talking about when we were getting all this going, was not necessarily doing it because we want to try and become rich or famous or anything. It's just it's
No.
something we've talked about doing with each other, with other people, just to ourselves in general, as like a thing we might want to do, and we just kind of happen to run into each other and be like, hey, you know what?
Hey,
Let's fucking do it.
yeah, fuck yeah! Found the motherfucker, the goddamn +1 to fucking make this fucking motherfucker equal 3.
Hey.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like fuck, like I definitely enjoy. I definitely enjoy just sitting and fucking and bullshitting and fucking just having a good time and just talking. That's a motherfucking thing that I can fucking do for fucking just by myself. For fucking, I could listen to myself talk. You know what I mean? Like, but having somebody to talk about, like, dude, equally somebody that is like able to go off and just fucking like go off and talk about on something, on a subject that they are passionate about. It's
Well, I
like,
feel like I get on a tangent about something every time we do.
Oh, dude, same here, man. Like, fuck. I mean, I like to open it up because, like, if it's just something that that's one thing that I wanted to make this about as well, is like, it's not just something that like I would just absolutely enjoy talking about. I want to fucking make it to where like something that equally. Like, dude, I want you to get off yours so I can get off mine, you know what I mean? Because, like, I could get the fuck off of my shit. You know what I mean? Like, but, like, to have a joint effort and fucking do some stuff, there's, obviously, like, Apex, dude, like, I fucking am not that knowledgeable of the fucking game due to the fact that I don't play it that much. And then now, like, from just hearing this, from Jay, just... And you both going off and fucking like really diving into it and really not even really diving into it. It's like literally y'all just brushed the surface because like this could be a fucking
Basically just Dark Souls in summary.
it's something
Shout
that's
out Plague.
it's just something that we're passionate about.
It's one of those things that Ben and I fall into the personality type where when something is good, we want as much of it as we can get.
You
So
like
we
it,
dig
you
into
love it,
everything about it.
you want some more
Like
of
I
it.
said, with The Expanse, there's 8 novels out starting in 2010. I think is when they started releasing the series. No,
So?
2005, I think, was
Yeah.
Leviathan Lakes. And I burned through 8 books and 4 novellas over the last 3 months
Hey.
because the story is good.
Dude, I fucking swear, man. There was times when I was fucking in, you know, when I was locked up, man, there was some fucking books, man, that I didn't think that I would fucking be getting into, but then like I would just get into them and finish a fucking series in a week, just because like obviously I had nothing but time. But like, dude, like it's just crazy. I know exactly what you mean and how you could just get into something. It wasn't an audio book, but like whenever I was reading it, it was like I was fucking watching a movie.
Yeah, and I benefit from being able to enjoy being told a story. I guess in other terms, that kind of makes me a good listener.
Yeah.
Because while I'm hearing something, I can imagine it and play it out in my head.
Right.
And
Without
audiobooks made it really easy to get through them.
I feel that. Yeah. I definitely understand where you're coming from with the audiobooks, but I can tell you right now I've never even fucking heard an audiobook.
I've heard quite a few.
I've only fucking like, but it's crazy because it's not like whenever I'm reading something, I'm hearing it and then it's being fucking portrayed as a fucking goddamn like motion picture in my head. And it's not like me reading it. It's crazy.
When you want to reframe something entertainingly, what is reading a book except staring at dead pieces of tree and hallucinating for hours?
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Literally, you're looking at paper and hallucinating.
Basically, because I don't fucking even see. I don't even notice me. I don't even notice me flipping the pages. Like, goddamn, I swear to God, I fucking read more books in fucking 2 years.
Through an entire like 600-page book in a day once, and at the end of the day, I was like, "Oh shit!
I guess I read this.
I guess I read this whole thing."
Right? It's fucking insane, dude. Like when you get to that level,
I was just so into it.
And I mean, I went and picked. I can read a book with an audiobook faster than a normal book because I spend a lot of my time where my brain is semi-engaged, either at work or most of the time it's driving. And people that have long commutes or have to drive for work or like for their actual job can really benefit from audiobooks because...
And podcasts.
Yeah, and podcasts.
Definitely.
Just anything where...
Shout out our podcast.
I mean, if we want to go meta for a second and talk about some of our favorite podcasts.
Joe Rogan podcast.
That's a great one. The Dollop is a humorous look at American history.
Yeah, Joe Rogan for me, man. Hardcore. I listen to that all the time. Every day, actually.
Yeah, whether it's like a video game podcast or something, it's still just having this chunk of thought-provoking material.
It just has to be profound.
Yeah, it just has to have something that, like, it's not going to hit everyone the same way.
Exactly.
But someone will eventually listen to this podcast and hear the crazy crap from Titanfall 2 that got carried into Apex. They didn't care about the story of Titanfall 2 when they click on the podcast. They just wanted to hear us talk about Apex for a bit. And then they're going to go look this shit up to see if we're talking out our asses. Yeah. And then realize,
I challenge them to do so.
Full ass story.
Is absolutely. Yep. Well, there has to be a second, dude. There has to be a second installment of this Apex, man. And fucking, I mean, honestly, I need to get more versed in the Monster Hunter lore. I just was more or less into the games, and I have gameplay, but like I didn't fucking really just delve into the depths of the lore.
See, go ahead.
See, the whole delving into things is kind of like Jay was saying a little bit ago. We're both the people that if we enjoy something, we overload ourselves on info about it. Like we dig fucking deep into that shit.
I feel
if we can find out info about it, we're gonna go looking for it. We're gonna hunt that shit down and we're gonna see everything we can. And that's not everybody.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you
Oh, yeah.
don't dig into all that, like, whatever, you're having fun doing it. Who cares if you know all of that part? We're just the kind of people that's like, wow, this is cool. I'm gonna
And-
find out everything I can about it.
And Apex and Monster Hunter would be fantastic games if they didn't have any of this, like,
Yeah.
any of these hooks of lore for people that like this stuff to read deeper. Like, there are a lot of intellectual properties out there that can get by fine with just what's on the surface.
So
But putting these hooks and like spending the time to write out all the lore and events that flesh out your setting is really only there for the people that are going to appreciate it.
Absolutely.
see, and it's funny because in that breath of overloading on information and finding out lore and everything about stuff. And this is it's not off subject of what I'm talking about right now, but it's off subject of what we've been talking about the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I never watched Dragon Ball growing up.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
never watched any Dragon Ball, whether it's like the original Dragon Ball Z, Kai, GT, whatever. I don't care. I didn't
Yeah.
watch a single episode until about 2 years ago. I have now watched all of Dragon Ball minus GT. You want to know what made me go watch it? Buddy of mine got me into a fucking mobile game that involved Dragon Ball. And because I didn't know the shit behind the characters and the lore about stuff, it pissed me off to the point where I went and watched the entire fucking show.
Dragon Ball GT is completely 100% fan made.
Yeah, I know. Same with Dragon Ball Heroes on YouTube. But
yeah, I haven't seen that one.
yeah,
I've only
like,
seen
both
GT.
of those are not canon. But yeah, I burned through all of Dragon Ball in about 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't know the lore, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
And I caught you in a little bit of a trap that you've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that's a rich story as well.
Yeah, it's on my list. I'm watching the Clone Wars right now.
Gotcha.
Watched a couple episodes of that before you got here. Still on season 1. I'll get there.
Yeah, but dude, fucking, like, literally though, man, just games in general with fucking rich backstories that are easily attainable to the general populace. You know, I feel where you're coming from. Like, as far as, like, y'all are the type to just go in and overload and just try and get as much as you can. As far as backstory and lore goes, I am wanting to say that I want to... I mean, I'm not like that.
I mean, let's just boil it down to some people are going to laugh harder seeing Vegeta wearing a pink shirt that says "Bad Man" if they know the shit that he's done.
Oh, God.
Whereas some people see it and just go, "Yeah, he's kind of a badass."
Cue the Billie Eilish fucking song. You know what I mean? Like, oh
like,
my
there's
God, dude. Yes.
There's a throwaway line of Vegeta saying that he has a complicated history with Namekians, and he
Oh,
won't allow
God.
any of them to be hurt anymore.
Oh my
And it's
God.
like, okay, that's cool. I wonder what that's about.
Right? I wonder what the complicated fucking... Okay.
Um,
Jesus Christ. He just wanted to genocide the fucking whole Namekian fucking race. Like, oh my
well, no,
God.
that was technically Frieza that wanted to do that.
Hey,
He was following orders.
He was just following orders.
he was following orders. Hey, you know what? That's
and they
fine.
also got in his way.
That's a part of a fucking goddamn whole thing. Oh my God,
You
dude.
don't have to be a bad person to be a Nazi.
You just have to be following orders.
It
You
just
just
helps.
have to be following orders and then fucking not really like it, but kind of find a little bit of enjoyment in it.
Yeah, if you can follow orders and you have no souls, come on.
Come on, man. Dark Soul.
those kids.
He has a Dark
Not
Souls.
literally, just metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
kids.
Yeah, don't
fuck
fuck
the
kids.
kids.
That's not really nice. That's not nice at all.
Like, I'm not telling you to go fuck them.
Yeah,
I can't
don't do it.
remember what that's from, but that was great. No, don't fuck the kids, but fuck the kids.
Yeah, fuck.
You go in and try and say, God damn it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna fucking say right now that this has been a fucking fruitful and ripe conversation of a couple of games that really we definitely it's no doubt that we have to make a part 2 on the Apex.
Oh.
I know that I need to get a little more versed in the fucking Monster Hunter lore so I can have a little bit more input, but from me, I just from my perspective, I've just fucking put many hours into playing the games, and I've known some monsters, but goddamn, you're talking about some shit that in the beginning where I was just like, wait, what did they do with the fucking what? What the fuck?
Right. And
I
that's
need
how
a
I
fucking.
was when
I need a
discovered
goddamn
this
fucking here.
information.
I need a fucking really, dude. Monster Hunter's my shit. I'm a fucking. I'm a goddamn fucking god in Monster Hunter. I need to fucking actually know what the fuck some shit really represents and means.
Over here telling you all the lore.
There's
I know, man. I mean, come on, let's play a hunt, dude. I'm gonna show you. I'm good. God damn. I was like, wait, what? They did what with dragons? What?
Yeah,
What's on this
and
Any? Oh my god.
when you go around and you see people referred to as thirds and fourths, and you realize that is related to the generations of Monster Hunter games,
Yeah.
and
That's
I think Generations and like MHGU and Frontier United were all the fourth fleet, and they carry it through in the game even though they don't have to. That oh man, finding and taking out Nergigante, it only took 40 years.
Dude, I'm gonna have to fucking read some shit on that so I can
you'll
retort
find it
back.
Yeah, you'll find it on your own, but the theory and concept that the reason there is no fall damage in Monster Hunter and the reason that potions and stuff work the way they do is that the ancient civilization had to make super soldiers to fight the dragons, and what's gonna survive the apocalypse but a bunch of super soldiers that can mate?
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, Monster Hunters probably are not human, and I mean, fuck, the chief biologist is a first Wyverian, and they live for hundreds of years, and he says to Geralt of Rivia that the reason that he spends all of his time with plants is because he got sick of watching his friends get old and die.
Dude, that was a really good fucking like tie-in. Like they fucking
Yeah, the crossover quests are great, and I can't wait to see what else we get.
Yeah. No, yeah.
'Cause,
It's
You know, when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out,
there better be a fucking crossover. I better be able to be Keanu Reeves.
I'm making right now, but Jay knows what the face is about because
he's staring at me like I said that I kicked his dog. I'm just like, the fuck are you talking about?
it's because you know that I know that you know what I know. So basically, CDPR, the people who make the Witcher,
The Wicker Man.
the Wicker
The
Man,
Wicker
are
Basket.
the Witcher, and they're making Cyberpunk.
The bees.
There's a section in The Witcher 3 where one of the characters talks about going to a land where people ride in steel wagons. that aren't drawn by horses or anything, and basically talks about a world where everything's completely different, and the world she's referring to is quite literally Cyberpunk's world, because the devs already confirmed that everything in this stuff that they make is basically a multiverse. So one of the characters from The Witcher quite literally has traveled to the world of Cyberpunk.
Siri.
Yep, so we may be seeing her around the city somewhere.
They've already said, like, they don't have any intention of there being any quests or anything involving her, but who knows how fucking true that is.
Yeah,
They might
who
just be
fucking
trying to
knows?
bamboozle us.
Who fucking knows?
But I guarantee you're gonna see some silver-haired chick wandering around with scars on her face who looks awful out of place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I have her fucking layered armor, and I'm just gonna, an ode to that, I'm gonna fucking slay some shit.
I mean, definitely that layered armor is almost worth going through all the quests just for series dash animation
Yeah,
with the dual blades.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I love that shit, actually. Oh, man.
Dude,
That's
playing
why
a
I
series
want
like
to
this
get
is
AT, I want to get AT Namiel's fucking armor, so I could fucking be that, so I can have the fucking, basically, the fat... Once I get to master rank 100, I'm gonna fucking get that armor, and I'm going to I'm gonna fucking be able to dash all over, and I'm gonna just be Siri and just do that goddamn fucking dash animation.
In
Poof, poof, poof.
in the
poof,
words
poof,
of
poof.
Joe Cat, are you back on Dash Juice?
I'm always on that dash extract, baby. Let's go. I'm
Now you
always
know how
on
to
that.
play dual blades. You're welcome.
I'm always on that dash juice, baby. Let's go. That dash extract. But hey. This is a pretty good one. 2 hours, 26 minutes, 35 seconds. This is a pretty
Yeah,
good ass
no.
motherfucker.
And I mean, hopefully it hasn't come through for anyone else, but this is, I think, the first podcast I've really participated in, and I definitely understand how sometimes they'll run into like 4 hours.
They
Depending on
can.
how much shit
Yeah.
you have to talk about.
They
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
You know how many times we've had to like stop ourselves from continuing on subjects because we're almost at 2 hours and we're like, okay, we need to cut this short.
Yeah. But this is I definitely want to keep going, but I definitely also want to fucking just jump fucking dick first into some Monster Hunter right now.
I feel like we almost need to do like a little recap of the fun facts of the podcast. That Octane lost his legs because he was trying to recreate the Gauntlet.
That fucking so that whole part where y'all were trying to talk about all that shit, I literally didn't hear a fucking word y'all were saying.
Well, shit. We'll get into that next time then.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like it has not skipped a beat. I have heard every fucking word that y'all have been saying. Because I was about to say, I was like, there has to be. It's not my end on. It's definitely not my end. So it's
No,
definitely,
it was the video
It's
processing.
my end.
Yeah,
just
it's the
shitty
video-
quality
it's the video
internet I
thing.
have here.
which very much is a fucking shitty thing. But I mean, honestly, like I fucking really enjoy hearing what you're saying and being able to fucking come back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, dude, y'all were talking about.
hearing what's being said on a podcast is only slightly important.
It's
Mhm.
very much important to people.
It's only an audio format.
Yeah, but see, when I was wondering, I was like, dude, there's got to be something. It's got to be this, that, the other. No. It was just the buffering, the bandwidth issue on y'all's end as far as the video coming through as well as the audio, and it was cutting out so
Mhm.
bad, so bad. Ugh, goodness gracious, man.
Yeah,
But I'm
well,
glad that it was fucking. I'm glad I was like, dude, hey, you know what? Turn that video off and let's see if we can hear it better. And dude,
Yeah.
that's what really. I swear, dude, like, it sucks, but it is what it
I'd
is,
rather
and
be
that's what
heard
it.
than seen.
Yeah,
Well,
it has to be.
The
We
opposite of
have to hear
old-fashioned
you.
woman.
We have to hear you, man. Cause like straight up, man, like I was
That
not
that
hearing
was
a
dark
goddamn.
joke right there.
I didn't hear a word that you were fucking saying at the beginning, and I didn't want to keep saying what. What'd you say? Can you repeat that? Because like, god damn, that shit pisses me off. It was pissing me off that I would have to say like, wait, what? What?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
goodness.
and if it's something where in the future this needs a video component, it's probably gonna have to be recorded, synced, and edited.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is yeah. I could do that. I have the ability, but it's just fuck. I would much rather be live for like future people, like to be able to comment, rely like live
Yeah.
as much as live we can get. Because I'm running a 5-second delay. Well, I put 0-second delay, but fucking YouTube puts a fucking
You
little.
really aren't going to get better than a couple seconds. Like,
Yeah, it's about 4 to 5 second delay. But oh my god, I can tell you, I've been listening to all of our priors, and I'm like, god damn it, dude. There's got to be something I could do, and I'm glad that we found that I could hear your audio quality fucking pristinely with no
Yeah.
video. But so be it until there's a better alternative.
well, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna change my internet package because
Yeah.
from what I've heard, right now I've got quote unquote gig speeds, but I'm not getting gig because the town I live in
Absolutely
is
not.
just not fucking set up for it. And
Well,
also
because
shitty.
it takes a fucking $1 billion for a fucking city to fucking be fiber
But
ready for
what
gigabit.
everyone has told me is if you go down to the 500 meg package, it's a way more stable, it's way more reliable, and it works a lot better. So I'm probably going to downgrade to that one.
Which
And from everything
Yeah.
that I've been told, it'll be a lot better.
Smoother performance.
Yeah, and
Good.
I'd rather have performance over speeds I'm not getting anyways.
right, which speeds that like most fucking things don't even allow. So
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna fucking cut this motherfucker. We're gonna cut the cord on this sumbitch. I fucking have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and I appreciate you, Jay, coming on and fucking and sharing your input, your insight, because goddamn, dude, you've really opened
Oh,
me up.
if you want
to...
someone to be a nerd for the topic of the podcast, even if I'm not local, I will join.
dude, no.
Fucking anytime, dude.
I invite you to come back as many times as you would like. I definitely enjoy. Dude, this is awesome. This is what I really want. This fucking thing, like, I mean,
You
me
know,
and Ben, we fucking
got a beard.
straight up. Oh yeah, and you got the
It
beard.
already fits.
You're definitely within the brotherhood of the beer and booze staple.
Hey,
So I fucking
I feel like there needs to be a toast there.
yeah, and for that you need to turn your video on, sir.
Then I need to. I'll be right back.
Grab that Guinness from the fridge too.
You need to put your
I'm just
fucking
drinking
you need to put
water.
your pants on, motherfucker.
No, I need another drink.
AKA put his fucking pants on so his cock's not out. You know what I mean? We got a goddamn fucking. We had a fucking conversation that I'm fucking feeling good about.
If there was an audio trade-off, there was fellatio happening between.
That makes sense.
All of the refilling of water and grabbing another drink and running a laptop to the wife, it's fake.
That was fake. Because he conveniently came back very soon.
I mean, it's in theory only like a block and a half walk to get over there, but I mean, just sucking cocks.
Just sucking cocks just makes for better TV.
All right.
So,
Camera.
Okay. There's a
Oh,
camera. All right.
That we can. Oh, nitro.
Hold on. I need a. I'm popping a cube. I'm getting this motherfucker in here. Oh wait, we're doing beers. Okay, cool. Easier, way easier.
Yeah, super easy.
Way easier.
Get shot glasses and pour a bunch of shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna fucking. I'm pulling out a Swifty. Here's my Swifty. Swifty APA, American Pale Ale. We're doing it.
And anyone who wants to watch a bunch of shit talking and mad failing and stuff, feel free to tune over to Thorgrun on Twitch for some doom in a little while there.
I'm gonna be there.
Prep your asshole for a shit show.
All right. Well, hey, to that, y'all motherfuckers. This has fucking been Beards, Beers, and Booze, and we are toasting to not only ourselves, but to everyone out there who is fucking listening to all this shit. Cheers.
Amen.
Cheers, motherfucking bearded friends.
Yeah, bro.
And with that, I bid y'all farewell and have a good